breathing like oxygen. Oh, in an otherwise suffocating world, I'm reaching out for arms, I'm drowning in the open-ended love we're making, girl. Exhale the past, inhale a future that lasts. Change my heart, change my mind. For the last time, wanna believe in the life I've led. I don't wanna leave another word unsaid. You know my heart will follow you in tomorrow. In tomorrow. Shared my evidence you once really cared. I'm reaching for a hand to pull me up, one open to an everlasting love. Exhale the past, inhale the future that lasts. Change my heart, change my mind. For the last time, wanna believe in the life I've led. I don't wanna leave another word unsaid. You know my heart will follow you in tomorrow. In tomorrow.
Good evening, gamers. Welcome to Respawn League's cast of the Season 24 Open Upper Playoffs. This is Gnome Zone vs Chop Shop, and I am Dubious, joined by Xander tonight. Hello, Xander.
G'day, man. How you going?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty good. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty tired after work, but I'm looking forward to being revived by some excellent TF2, the two best teams that Open has to offer tonight.
We should be expecting some tough games here, especially leading on Viaduct.
Yeah, now that's not often a map that you see in playoffs, so I'm kind of excited to see what these teams do, because it's like often the least sort of practiced format in terms of KOTH. Like there's usually only one map a season, it's usually product.
For sure.
And it's, yeah, going to be quite a heavy DM fest, which in Open is kind of what I'm expecting, like a lot of DM coming out tonight. But yeah, we'll kind of see. We'll sort of talk a little bit about these teams, I reckon. Speaking of DM, do you want to take us down the roster of one of these teams, Dubious?
Alright, so for Gnome Zone first up, we have Rat on Scout, Crybaby Demo, Cogman also on Scout, Dragon's pocketing, Ants is roaming, and then Voltage is medic.
Ah, cool. So there's not a lot of names on that team I recognize, I'm not going to lie. I've heard of Crybaby before, known as Hipster, I believe, as well. I've seen a team of Ants in their prime, which is literally the best name in TF2 history.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, I've seen him post in Discord a few times. Unfortunately, don't know much about anyone else. Is there anyone that we should be looking out for on this team in particular that you are aware of, GB?
I think that Rat's a pretty decent aimer. They've come back to the game after a bit of a hiatus, and I think they'll do well. Apart from that, I can't really comment on them. You know, I think for them to get to this point and be in the top 4 for Open, they'll have a lot of coordination if they're unknown players in the community. Well, from our vision anyway.
Yeah, definitely. And then on the other side, on the
yes, we have Chop Shop.
Chop Shop side. Do you want to take us down Chop Shop as well, GB?
This is Arper and Ultra on Scouts, with Alt Demo, Thermite Pocket, Wafty Roma, and our very own Big Ken boy on Medic.
Now, this is a team I'm a lot more familiar with. They've been sort of around for the last few seasons, sort of top open, low inter to mid inter, I reckon. For the last few seasons, they've got quite a few names on them. Obviously, Thermite, being an ozfortress admin, knows his way around a little bit. Kenneth, of course, immutable god he is also an old ozfortress admin, with some quite good DM on there too. I know there's some older Quake players on Scout. Do you want to take us down what you know about these teams? This team, sorry.
Yeah, so Alt and ARPA 3 are actually CPMA players. So I know Kenneth got really into CPMA when he sort of retired from administration, and he's been able to make a team with them, and they are vicious aimers.
Are they like level 100 bot in CPMA level aimers where you like spawn into the rail?
Pretty much, yeah. I find it interesting that Alt's playing Demo Man now, but I think he'll do really well with it.
Did he not play Demo Man last season or last time?
I'm pretty sure he was also on Scout.
Right. Again, like I'm not super familiar with like a lot of the roles that these people played. Alt, I thought, was one of the soldiers on this team. Was he the roamer, or did he play Scout last season?
I think he played Scout last season.
Right, sure. So he's made the switch to Demo Man. I have seen him mainly playing projectile classes, so I reckon he should be okay at Demo Man. I'm not speaking from authority here really much at all, apart from seeing these guys in a couple of pugs and things like that. But yeah, I'm keen to look, especially on this map, especially on Product, at these two scouts as CPMA aimers. They're in the best position to do a lot of work for their team, especially on this map, GB.
Yeah, I'm expecting Ultra and ARPA to have really good confidence on this map. And I really adore it, honestly, that teams are willing to pick Viaduct for the first map. Because so many teams have an aversion to this map. It's not 5CP gameplay, it's mids over and over and over. And so I think this will be interesting. Really interesting.
Definitely can be very unforgiving as well, because it's very easy to, for example, win one mid and forward hold with Uberad basically the entire game, and you sort of just like sack after sack after sack, and it's very hard to break out, especially in teams with like less coordination. Obviously, it's solvable in teams with high level of coordination, but I'm wondering if this could unfortunately evolve into a bit of a one-sided game. This map, I should say, was chosen by I believe this was Gnome Zone, a team of ants in their Primes team that chose this map. And all of the stuff we've been saying has been suggesting that it's actually going to be the other team that's going to benefit from this. So I'm wondering if there was too much thought into this map choice, or if they just picked something in the hopes of getting it out of the way quickly.
I think we can give them the benefit of the doubt that it was intentional. And getting this map out of the way quickly is not a bad idea if you end up having to play it. Because I think if Chop Shop would have picked this map, so if Gnome Zone plays it first, then they can get sort of the DM fest out of the way. I think, but if they have picked it, then I think they've got some confidence of their own here. And they've probably been scrimming this map and working out what they can do. Because you're right, this map has a lot of locks. Like, if you can get a good forward hold going, without a pyro busting out onto the sort of kit area, the lower bit.
Grass, yeah.
If you can't get a pyro there out, then you're most likely going to get stuck in that forward hold. And this is a time-based map, it's about how long you can control point. So Ubers will be secondary in a way. And I'm hoping we see a really close, good game. And I'm hoping it won't be a one-sided DM to lock fest.
Definitely. And I mean, on the side of Red Team here, on the side of Chop Shop, like these guys have been around for ages, so they are definitely the favorite in my books. But as you say, this new team I believe they're a new team for this season in a team of ants in their Primes team. I'm just going to keep saying that because that's the best name ever. I reckon they must have done a lot of work. Like, I've seen Ants talking in Discord quite a lot, trying to get scrims, trying to get games. So I reckon he's been working this team pretty hard over this season. Again, just going from, posts in Discord. But, like, I'm keen for some, like, mega brain strats coming out on this mid. I'm talking, like, the Pootus coming out when you're holding it and all that kind of stuff that you don't usually see happen. I'm keen for the brain moment here.
Do you think people still know about the Ferrosaur strat? If you just roll out double sniper, double heavy on Via?
I think they've
First mid, and you
changed
never do it
class
again.
limits so that you can only have one off class at the moment. Because I know we did mention talking before in the pregame that some teams would often run 2 pyros into last and bust them off the point. I think they've limited all off classes to 1. That being said, though, we do have a ready up on our first map, and this is product, the first of our best of 3 thing for tonight. Why don't you take us away through this mid, Doobie?
Alright, well both demos have rolled out, and they've sort of just been trading blows. Gnome Zone will get in. Chop Shop's soldiers have been quite denied, and they're running a sniper. So they're going to try to fight corridor here. Ants in their prime will get picked up. Gnome Zone's trying to work point on right. They'll get bombed in by Lofty. He'll get picked up. I think it's up to Arpa to get a pick here, but it seems Chop Shop will just bully the point. Dragon Fruit gets midi by all. Ooh.
Yeah, that was actually, like, that sniper coming into play, like, basically not at all in that mid, and it did basically come down to just that aggression through the connector area. This connector is such key ground to take if you're going to win this mid fight. So if that aggression really paid off really quickly, they got the pick on Ants, the Roma, I assume, in this game, and then they just did such a good job of jumping forward and cleaning up those players, waiting for arrows, and then just that midi right at the end of that fight just kind of sealed the deal. Right at the very end, though, their medic did survive, so this is even Ubers on these teams.
Yeah,
and that is
Thermite
actually Thermite losing his life to Ratsup. He's going quite forward here. Looks like they might actually get forced onto their Demo Man here, and that is the Ubers coming out on the Demo Man. Demo Man actually manages to surf all the way out on Cliff, but this is a really good
Uber,
position for blue team right now. This medic should get caught. He's
Gnome
surfed
Zone,
right in the air.
they've
He
caught him,
craters. Yeah, this
Ken
is
goes
definitely a Gnome Zone mid there, Dubious.
Ult might get picked up. He's been caught out as demo. Thermite will try to help him also get picked up. Yeah, that's a really interesting force there. So Gnome Zone essentially sort of walked across point, poked them. They jumped in their soldier and then they just backed up. Really good timing, really good positioning. And they'll take point for it. Looking at 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes, and they're fully going for the forward hold. Oh, Chop Chop want to break it. They've busted out with a pyro.
Yeah, it looks
So
like
there,
Ants is actually taken quite low here, and this Pyro is still thrusting forward. They're gonna, like, take all this ground for free, and this forward hold has, like, disintegrated so quickly. They do have quite a bit of ad, actually, on the side of blue team, rather, I should say.
Yeah,
but this
Gnome
damage
Zone,
is coming in, and it looks like it might not come into effect, although the damage is huge. Thermite and Upper both getting crushed, and Lofty losing his life too, and it's Kenneth forced to back out. No, he doesn't make it! And this is full ad with only one player, only their Roma sacking right at the end of that fight. And this is just control coming out from Gnome Zone here. They're really zoning these gnomes out of this game, Jibby.
Pretty much. I mean, once they lost Corridor, they just held on their rock and chilled. And Chop Chop just got sort of eaten alive. Now they want to re-push through Cliff here. Arpa's back on Sniper. They've waited for their Uber. They're in forward now. Both soldiers have jumped. Gnome Zone are going to retaliate across point. Ants will pick up Kenneth immediately. This is looking like a really solid retake.
That was interesting. Kenneth committing to that fight when it looks like the play that they were trying to make was like a 5-man sack to try to force their medic. But Kenneth actually does commit and loses what little Uber he had. And now this is forward hold coming in from blue team as this is,
Ultra
deadly
gets
forward
picked
hold.
up.
Ultra losing his life. Stickies are actually dead really early. Unfortunately, no gamers fragged there. Crybaby does manage to help his team clean up that scout that walked through his traps. Yeah, they're all just like dying right now. Unsure what happened there. Thermite accidentally changing teams, I think, as well, right at the end there. But
yes, he did.
This Uber is starting to slowly come up, but they're still sacking players one after another. That's their demo man down. That's not the class you want if you want to push out. As there's only like 45 seconds left on the point. It's getting tight, Dubious.
They're going to have this... Okay, both soldiers come out. They immediately get picked up. So this is going to be... They're going to have to push with 10 seconds on the point. This is going to be really rough for Chop Chop. It seems they want to go out Cliff. Arpa will get picked up. Ult's in the air. He does not survive.
Yeah,
I'd
I'm not
like
sure.
to see them push with a Pyro out. They need to push a Pyro grass. Okay, they'll go main. They'll get forced early. Voltage hasn't has to pop yet. Okay. 10 seconds on point. They're stuck in grass. Scouts from Gnome Zone will pick up the rest of the players.
This
they have to
looks
go in.
like too little too late, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's one soldier
jump.
in the point, Thermite doing what he can, but unfortunately that's too little too late, and that is the first round, completely turning my predictions on their head, as this map pick seems to have definitely gone their way. Just some excellent fighting, excellent lockout on that as we head into our next mid now, Doobie.
Solid positional play. Both demos will get here pretty early. Ult's taken a lot of damage really early. Chop Chop want to work corridor now. Scouts are just poking for picks. Seems they'll jump in. Thermite's pressuring in corridor. They'll pick up Ratsuit, but Thermite will get taken out. Ultra and Alpha want to take point, but Gnome Zone want to take position back again. Soldier bombs in on Kenneth. He gets taken out by ult. Ants jumps in. Ooh, his team, Gnome Zone are going to walk across point while he gets the distraction. But they don't have the players here. I think they're going to have to back up. Will they get a pick? Cogman will go down though. Arpa goes down. Ken is forced in a terrible position, and they'll pop. Gnome Zone with a really, really good mid here.
I just want to give credit in that mid to team of Ants in their prime. He got in behind after there was that damage called onto, I assume it was their medic in Kenneth there, and he just stayed alive for so long, ended up getting 2 picks in the Demo Man and a Scout there.
He didn't go for the kill, and he didn't like lose his life after his other soldier had. That's really key. And by staying cliff, he distracted them.
And he got 2 frags as well coming in post-fight. Like, he did so much work there. And this is actually, again, this forward hold coming into effect. The Demo Man being taken down really, really low. The Soldier as well going for what he can right at the end, but he's so low, nothing really going there. And this forward hold is still yet to be broken with a quite sizable ad on Voltage right now, Doobie.
This is just going to be another forward hold. Full Uberdis, they're going to have to grind and sack players. And they're going to have to do it intelligently.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's a lot of intelligent gaming happening right now as they're sacking gamers one after another. Oh, and despite winning the DM Fest, Upper does fall right at the end there, causing his team a really late death. This Uber is now up as there's just one scout dead on the other team, and this is a very, very strong hold. It looks like they're finally coming up with this Pyro now. They're pushing really far forward. So much damage on them, though. They do get this ground, but there's a lot of damage there. Ants is committing to this fight, seeing if he can get some sort of force, but his medic is pumping him full of arrows, and he's surviving for quite a long time. But
this is good. They haven't popped. They can work point now, and they're going to do so. Thermite will take corridor. Ooh, flames in. I think they're just going to get bullied out. Yeah, Gnome Zone will jump some players, but they don't want to commit.
Another big pipe. I have ult hitting another big pipe as well as getting reflected at the same time, so that soldier got absolutely shut down. This Pyro is actually coming in pretty big for their team as they needed to cap that, as they were 2.5 minutes down, basically. Sorry, 1.5 minutes down, I should say, on their cap time right there, and they finally managed to recap. These Ubers are still even, though no one has actually used anything, and now the team is coming forward.
Oh, he jumps into Thermite, though. Dragon Fruit will go on Kenneth. He's been
Kenneth
forced.
uses to save his team at the end there.
Sack.
Yeah, they do manage.
They run. Yeah.
Oh, Voltage is in such a good spot. He's in no danger of using it. He's ready to chariot his scouts
Behind his scouts, yeah.
They're coming all the way in. Pop in. They do manage to get one frag. There is a soldier in the back line seeing what he can do, jumping in post-fight, but these scouts just turn around and there's no chance for him there. They lose 2 frags, and this is looking like it's their mid, as it doesn't look like Red Team is in any position to repush. They just recapped that very comfortably in what was a very confident Uber exchange, Doobie.
Yeah, really good Greek racing there. They just went in, killed them all, and now Chop Chop are going to have to look at another push-in. They do have 30% advantage though, so I think they'll just poke, they'll get Ken to Uber, and then they'll try to rush point here.
Yeah, this ult is actually super far forward, almost gets taken out right at the end there as he's waiting for an arrow in his house. That's kind of been happening quite a lot.
Yeah. Oh, they pop early. They need to kill Voltage.
They do look like they're going to get the Demo Man though. The Demo Man should die here. But Voltage gets out. Voltage is all the way out, and it looks like, oh no, Crybaby doesn't survive in the very end. But this is, and Kenneth dies in the post-Uber situation. Kenneth gets killed by Cogman 1, 2, 3. They collapse on him, and Voltage is in the right spot. He backed out so early. Oops. He does manage to back out right away. That's my casting juice talking right there. But yeah, they do manage to survive that point with, 50% Uber ad due to Voltage's survivability right there.
Yeah, really good med play. He was able to get out successfully even though his team died for it. They kited the Uber really well, and they're going to come back in now. They're walking in at about 95.
This Uber is going to come into play here, I think, as their soldiers are trying to jump forward, seeing if they can get anything. And they do. They pick up the forward player in Ultra there, and their soldier is just jumping really far forward, and he gets Kenneth. They don't even use Uber, and Kenneth is dead, and everyone except Thermite is dead as well. Thermite looks like he's getting jumped behind as well. The midi is unfortunately missed by the soldier there, but he backs out on 17 HP, choosing wisely to just leave in that situation. But these pushes are just so clean and so clinical on the side of Gnome Zone. They're just like losing no one and not using and wiping the other team. It's so confident.
I really like the fortitude there, to not have to big midi in from Dragonfruit picking up Thermite. They're gonna rush point, but they get caught in this kill zone. Gnome Zone are really good at setting up a kill zone on point and forcing the enemy team. So if they have advantage, if they have point, they force the enemy team to walk onto point and die, and they don't have to do anything. When they have to go on point, they're doing it really intelligently, and they're working around the Ubers. Chop Shop are definitely, they're definitely fighting, and they've definitely got gusto. Suppose Scouts will play Corridor on this mid, and we'll just sort of see a stalemate here.
Yeah, we did see some quite excellent damage from Alt coming in really early, but it looks like he's now taking it does get picked up by Alt there, but he does take a lot of damage for it. But his team is flooding forward right now. Dragonfruit gets absolutely crushed. Again, Alt hitting all these big pipes. They're regrouping on the grass area, but everyone's quite low, and they have a soldier, the other team, I should say, have a soldier quite forward, ready to sort of clean up on that, as now there's just one soldier isolated. Ants does manage to survive, though, which is key. His survivability is really good right now. Lofty is taken down really, really low, but he's backing out too, as these Rat Soup really wants to take this fight to them. Unfortunately, does lose him life right at the end. And now these players are coming in. No, they're actually backing out really quickly. Actually, there's so much damage on them, though. Our red team is so low. Thermite and Lofty both low.
Ants is going to pressure Arpa here. Dragonfruit will jump in, and they're going to get forced out. Look at this! And they're not even in. They're on the other side of point. I think Chop Shop are relying on Arpa. Sorry, I think Chop Shop are relying on Alt, their demo man, to play the pocket scout role too much. I think Ultra and Arpa are getting a bit frag hungry.
Yeah, and you see, like, I was almost worried that Ratsoup was doing the same thing on the other team, where he was often really, really far forward and getting picked, but it's just his team is now on the same zone as him, and they're backing him up in these fights way more. And you see their success rate is 100% right now. Like, every time they're pushing, they're just, like, getting these picks and doing everything, losing only one in that fight to basically everyone on the side of Chop Shop. They're now just in position to refight. This is Thermite really far forward. He takes so much damage. Alt and Thermite both losing their lives, and Kenneth is on just like a bee's knee of health, he said politically correctly. And then they do just leave. Kenneth does manage to survive, though. But yeah, that's Kenneth only just surviving by the skin of his teeth there, as this DM is just so big on the side of Gnome Zone right now.
I do like that play from Chop Shop there, though, because they represented a genuine push, but it was essentially a four-man stack. Oh, they'll pick up Crybaby on Cliff here.
And Kenneth!
Kenneth goes down, though. Oh, they're really hurt on Cliff here. I don't know whether they can push into a fort hold. Yeah, Gnome Zone are going to back up on point. They're going to set up their little garden ornaments, and they're just going to chill.
Yeah, they're in a really commanding position. As they've been in this commanding position all game, the timer has just ticked over into their favor, but that is, like, I think belies the fact that they have really been, you know, in control this entire game, as they are committing Kenneth to this fight again.
Ants gets
as
caught
it's 100.
out.
Yeah, that is uncharacteristic of him so far. But they bait Kenneth all the way forward. Kenneth is baited so far forward, but he's managing to stay behind his team. That being said, the medic is being jumped right now by that soldier, and he does manage to get it. It's actually gone in their favor, though. That's just like a little bit there. Cogman dueling gamers on point. Looks like he is going to die in the very end. And this is actually the first play that has been beefed, I think, this round by Gnome Zone.
It was a perfect jump by Dragonfruit to go roundhouse onto Kenneth. Like, they took a textbook out of Gnome Zone's, like, textbook, I guess. They jumped their soldiers in, they forced them early, they killed players on corridor. But, just a good jump from Dragonfruit. It seems both teams want to fight again now. Thermite gets picked up.
Yeah, there's some great DM coming in right now.
Ants will pick
Everyone's
up
getting
Harper.
middied
He
right
gets-
now, yeah.
Yeah, and then Lofty trying to help out will get picked up by a scout, and that's Chop exiting.
Yeah, they do choose to leave there with their ad trying to keep Kenneth alive this time, as Kenneth does seem to have been left out to dry a little bit by his team. He is committing really far forward on this cliff while they're still 2 down. Their spawns only just come in now. But they still have about 20 ad. Yeah, they know they need to make their move. There's a minute left on the clock. Though this team play, this like positional play is really good right now.
Yeah, they're trying to just take space here.
Kenneth is forced super early as he just gets rocketed horizontally across half of mid there. And Voltage is in such a good position, 95%, getting ready to re-push this in spawn. They do wait for their demo man to come back up here.
Yeah, that was a weird fight in a way, because Chop had 20% advantage essentially, and they needed to kill Voltage as quickly as possible. But it's like the fight defaulted back to an equal Uber standoff. And Voltage was able to get out because of that, because Chop weren't as hungrily oh, big rocket from Dragonfruit. Thermite will get picked up as well. Lofty forces them, and now Chop need to back up. Crybaby is big Cadus bombs.
Yeah, unfortunately nothing comes of that, but he got so deep just there.
They do lose 3. You gotta know.
Yeah, they do lose 3 in that Uber though, so this does look like they're going to regroup with full ad. This is the last 40 seconds though, so this is again coming right down to the wire in this fight.
This is map push for Chop. They get forced early. Ult will go down, that's really rough. So without a demo, they're going to really need to force Gnome Zone out here. They're getting distracted though by a scout behind. Oh my god. Classic distraction. Player behind. Let's all look behind. Oh wait, their entire team walked in.
That was actually really impressive from, Gnome Zone there. As it did just look like, oh no, this is all going to go south for Gnome Zone right now as their frags are starting to fall against them. But just so quickly turned around just by the positional and the quick calls and awareness on the side of Gnome Zone that just did win them that. The Uber is out on point. It's just Lofty on such low health. He'll
get a Mars's frag.
Yeah, he can't really do anything right at the end there. And that is 3-0 in a very quick fashion on this first map tonight.
3? Oh man. Yeah. So I think Gnome Zone have just as good fraggers as Chop here. But they've practiced this map a lot more. Really impressed by Ratsuit there as well. Both their scouts are just... they're playing really tight on their medic. Voltage is getting out in the right times. And honestly, Dragonfruit and Ants have been hounding Kenneth so well.
Yeah, both of these soldiers have been just so mobile the whole time. Like, I've been on the old Ants cam for quite a while, like a lot of this game, and he's doing some really smart things. Like, he doesn't just jump behind to get one frag and trade. He'll jump behind in order to cause a distraction and call it for his team, and then his team will collapse. And that's the same thing that's been happening all game. It's just been like, player behind, everyone turns around, and then suddenly the entire team is like in them. Yeah, exactly. And if you look at those logs, it is Crybaby right at the top there.
He's at 500
17
DPM.
for 6, 530 DPM. He absolutely pounded. He made the most of his team's distractions there and just did so much work, Doobie.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's definitely Crybaby's map. Fire is a demo map, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can always stick someone. But and we see that mirrored by ult at next top damage at 385.
I
Get
think
a good 6.4k.
The key difference between those two stats though is the deaths. I think Crybaby dying 6 times, ult dying 15 times, which is like, you know, your demo man might die a lot if he's at the front leading some of these pushes and your team isn't necessarily with him. I don't think that was necessarily happening though. I feel that it was more he just kept dying in silly situations, like when they were trying to break these forward holds. He would be trying to break these forward holds instead of committing behind their pyro, which they did have half the time when he died anyway. So it was often like he would die just trying to push forward out of their own spawn instead of, like, you know, staying alive for the fight, which you need to do. And I think that that's really one of the big things that lost them, apart from obviously the really great teamwork and looking at Voltage's score, amazing survivability by their medic.
Ludicrous positioning, yeah.
Like, that was, like, not to knock anyone else on the blue team, because it was a really great effort by blue team, but Alt's deaths really didn't help his team at all.
Yeah, for sure. I think currently ARPA 3 and Ultra are definitely... I think they're taking too many of their own fights. And Gnome Zone were able to exploit it by picking up Kenneth a lot post-fight. They picked up Alt pre-fight a lot, and essentially forced Chop Chop to not be able to do anything. Because if you lose your demo trying to push in on Viaduct, that's that push over. That's another 30-40 seconds on the clock. So I think I'd really like to see Chop Chop try to play closer with their scouts, have their scouts maybe not choose their own fights and work off Thermite and Lofty's jumps. Notably, on the logs, that was not a good game for Chop Chop's soldiers. They both hit exactly 177 DPM, and they both almost exactly hit 4 frags to 20 dats, like to a T.
That is actually pretty crazy. Yeah, they definitely just got shut down. And I mean, we definitely saw it quite a lot in the effectiveness of their bombs. Like, as you were saying before, Dragonfru and Ants were both getting in and like...
But they were getting in for free, right?
Yeah, 100% for free. And then every time the soldiers bombed in trying to do the same, they like just ate a pipe and died, or just like ran into 2 buff scouts and died. Like that was just a tale of 2, completely different games on these soldiers.
And that's sort of what I meant about the Alt is playing a pocket scout role. Like every time he defended Kenneth, it should have been a scout doing that, I think. For efficiency, for the gameplay, but he hit some nuts clutch pipes that he shouldn't have had to hit.
It almost felt like they were some of the only frags that he was getting as well, because he wasn't being sort of backed up by his team when he was like needing it, and he was having to protect the medic instead. So he was forced to like, look at these jumpers and hit those pipes rather than, put stickies on all the players that were rushing forward underneath the jumpers, which is what you want to be able to do as a demo man. You look at your scouts and you say, hey, kill these people jumping at me while I frag literally everything on the ground, and he just wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, he couldn't focus forward with stickies because he constantly had to he constantly just had to deal with all these things fighting Kenneth.
We do see the second map, I believe, has been picked, and this looks like it's going to be Sunshine. We're going to see another less often picked map in ozfortress. It's not played in sort of playoffs in the last couple of seasons that I remember. Do you remember differently? Because I don't really remember, to be honest.
No, Sunshine hasn't been a very popular map. Even though it's a good map, but it hasn't been a popular map. And yeah, really interesting map choices actually. Usually we see in Prem and Inter a bit that Snake and Gully are sort of the most revered maps, and teams will often just want to play those maps, and Process, for example.
Yeah.
But, Sunshine and Logjam, I think, fit into their own category. Vire's its entire own beast. And I think Badlands is probably closer to Sunshine than any other map.
Closer than Process, you reckon?
Yeah, I actually think this map is closer to Badlands than Process. In a way that Flowers imitates Valley, Cafe imitates House. Under on mid is nowhere near as important than Badlands. But I don't see this as a bad map for soldiers in the same way Process is. Process is open and flat and ramps. That's what makes it horrific. Because scouts can just double jump around. Whereas Sunshine has a lot of really vertical terrain, basically. Very similar to Badlands. Yeah, I don't know. I just realized that.
Yeah, I think Soldier is definitely very effective on these mids, particularly in this bell tower area. Getting control of bell tower can like affect, how well your mid goes. And then you've got the areas on Tetris and just above Cafe there as well. Such strong spots to play from as a soldier. And I reckon just judging by the sort of coordination and like general soldier skill that we've seen from Gnome Zone, I'm reckoning that's going to definitely play into the way they play these mids. This is, though, the other team's pick. This is Chop Shop's pick, though, so I'm wondering if they have some sort of
sneaky ideas,
sneaky strategies on their thing. I don't know if they're just going to let it sort of go to their scouts again, see if anything can happen there, or if Alt is finally going to be able to deal some sticky bomb damage on this mid, and they're going to play off that. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
I do think that so Demo Man in this map, especially this mid, is rather hard, I think. You've got Hut to protect you with a scout, but it's not a Demo Man map by any stretch of the imagination.
It's very easy to get caught out on this mid as well, I feel, just due to, like, the ease of soldier jumps and things like that, because you kind of have to play...
for sure.
If you have your scout on Hut, like on that Hut in front of you, it's generally pretty safe, but if you want to play, for example, left rather than right, then
need
suddenly,
Tetris, yeah.
you need that Tetris control.
You need soldiers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think... Okay, we're going live. I hope Chop Chop will actually do better on this map, since it's their pick, and I wonder whether they saw Via as a 3 DM fight? It's just a suspicion that Chop Chop may have just... They may have just gone into Via thinking, alright, we DM him. And obviously
Yeah,
Gnome Zone had
possibly.
the strats, so... They're on a 5 CP map, very different beast. Alt and Crybaby will both get to mid.
Yeah,
Ants
arriving...
is gonna go left.
Alt is super low.
Ooh,
Alt
he
actually
just
does
gets
get
picked up by
spammed
Spam.
out by that rocket, and the soldiers are using that opportunity.
They'll
Demo
jump
Man's
in.
down. They're all in. Ants.
gets picked up.
Oh my god, Crybaby hits those
And they
stickies
walk
and
across
pucks.
point.
That's a complete wipe. They all just zone them into that corner with their gnome power, and they just, all die.
Absolutely bloody textbook.
Yeah, that was excellent to see, as just like that, projectile spam coming right in when they're all just locked into that corner.
If you want to know how to
Absolutely nothing
play a
you can
mid,
do.
you watch that mid. Spam for a pick, jump both soldiers, scouts and demo walk point. And then you're already in their choke by the time you've capped, and Ratsuit will get picked up by a sticky trap.
That's pretty bad luck, because Crybaby had traps up behind the demo man that was looking at those traps, so that was actually pretty awkward
He
overall.
called them.
But we
Okay.
do see
They'll pick up ants. Fair deal, fair deal.
they
And
look
they
like
wanna
they
work
still
in
want to
this
go
left here.
a little bit here, because they do have ad, but it's rapidly diminishing, and I think they know that, as they are being forced in there. Thermite is taken down very low,
I'm
as
glad
he
by
does
this,
actually
yeah.
manage to run back into spawn there. But now these Ubers are evened up, and it looks like they still
They
want to
want to
play.
trade.
Yeah,
they
this
think
trade
it's
is
still
coming
ad.
in.
Yeah. Oh, it's crits.
Oh right, wow.
They're running crits heavy and a sentry, and it will work. Woohoo! Rat's caught out. Nah, mate.
They have managed to
Nah,
get
mate.
2 trades on each team, and the stickies are still raining in a little bit, so they're still trying to like poke this. But now they know that it's crits. All they have to do is Uber at them now. They're not going to
That's
push
true.
out with
They
these
can-
crits.
They have to.
Like,
Unless Kenneth swaps off, which he hasn't, they have to push out with his crits. Or they have the heavy and the sentry again. Because that was successful. That was full Bosnia mode.
Dragonfru is actually up on Spy right now. Don't know if he's
Ooh.
just checking things in spawn or if he's committing. Looks like he's actually committed out a little bit here, as he's trying to get in behind onto last. It could be just simply that they're going to wait for this
They'll
crits to
crits
come
out.
out, and
Yeah,
the
they're gonna
crits
go
is
from
coming
back.
out right now. The sticky's actually doing nothing, as Crybaby
Bit
is
of a
managing
beef.
to dodge all around. The Spy does get discovered by the engineer right in the backline there, but that crits gets
Oh, no.
absolutely nothing. Oh, Ants does manage to
Ult
lose
goes
his life,
down,
but
and
they
they're just
do
gonna pop
trade
in
with the
lobby.
demo man. Yeah, and they are flooding forward right now. They're in actually a really good position. Only a level 1 gun up, though, unfortunately. But this point
they
is
don't
now
have the
being
players.
played. Oh, Cogpan gets absolutely mulched as he tries to stand on that point. For some reason, this demo man is not focusing the gun, and that's costing them, as 2 players have now fallen to this gun, and that's, both scouts down, and they have to leave with another crits ad facing them again. I wonder what they're going to do, if they're just going to back up and wait for this crits, or if they're going to play it hyper aggressive like they have been before.
They get an early pick. I think they will. Notably, Thermite's running shotgun, and they pushed into
He's on
5 players with
engineer.
a sentry. Oh, right. Damn it. I got my hopes up. Alright, it seems they want to push out here. They'll pick up ants in their prime, and it looks like Gnome Zone don't want to fight it.
They know this crits is
Yeah.
up as well. They've lost a couple of players. They...
Oh, no! Oh! Oh, no! His first, they just popped crits. They weren't even in choke. His first sticky hit the fence. His second sticky hit the little tiny bridge at the top of choke. And then that was it.
I wonder,
So,
they may not know. You never know.
What was it called? Oh, they got crits.
I have no idea.
Don't show it, don't show it. Nah, they're gonna... Look, Gnome Zone are looking to push back in choke. They're gonna, after that, premature crits, they really want to punish them for it. So they're gonna come in with Uber. We see a sort of valley choke put. Lofty forces voltage really early. Really, really important, and the rest of them are out. Arpa gets
Actually,
picked up.
looks like Ultra's
ooh.
going to get picked up too, and Thermite is really low behind as he does crater in the very end. This is
These
3 up.
scouts again, they're straight in last through top.
The crits
but they
is
pop crits
used,
in response. Ult,
but
find the soldier.
completely nice jump by Dragonfru there.
He's got the
Looks
jukes,
like this
man.
point is being played. Yeah, they just need to stand on this point. One scout spawning, it's not enough. Right at the very end. Oh, it is enough! No, it isn't. That was some good DM coming out, just 3-shotting that soldier. But yeah, that crits was shut down super well by some really nice jumping skills by Dragonfru.
I don't think that crits was shut down so much as Alt and Kenneth sort of got disconnected. I don't really want to call that good play by Dragonfruit as much as a mistake, but we'll go on to this next mid. Both demo men have rolled out. We just see a sort of neutral setup. Gnomes don't want to play mainly left here. They're going to pressure Arpa out. Notably, Lofty and Thermite already can't jump back in. Chop Chop are so hurt for taking no space and having no fights happen.
That was absolutely crazy. The soldiers just jumped onto their Tetris and above Cafe, and they spammed into choke, and 3 people were still just standing there, and they all ate like 3 rockets and could not do anything in that mid. They just got completely shut out. That was really good. And
Ken gets
dies.
picked up in lobby. They're already fighting lobby.
This
One
is
scout
crazy.
cap, they fight lobby. They want to go. They're
Blast is
pushing in
already
last
being
already.
played.
Heavy
So much
coming
cap
out from
time. They
Ultra,
do manage to Uber, but this
Can't kill the shiny players, mate.
absolutely crazy. This is such dominant play coming out from Gnome Zone. This is absolutely not what I expected, but it's leading to a very exciting game here, Doobie.
Yeah. Well, even though it has been a roll so far, let's be fair. But it's been really interesting in how it's been a roll.
Is this a pause that we're
This is
seeing?
a pause, yeah.
Is this a tactical pause, do you think, as sort of Kenneth's team is trying to reset themselves a little bit? Or it does look like they did
I
manage
think
to
so.
start rolling out, so it could be...
Well, the pause will
be
be 90 seconds in advance, right? So we're seeing it 90 seconds beforehand. So we're not seeing why they're pausing. So obviously something happens in 90 seconds. Because the pauses are live, remember, for STDs?
Yes.
Yeah. So namely, it seems that Arpa's gone fuck it, and he's just going to play sniper. Shouldn't swear, sorry. Arpa has gone
Dang
frigate.
it.
Heck dang nabbit. And he's going to snipe here. So I want to see them actually push flowers with combo into mid. And they lean on their sniper, giving their sniper sightlines. So that's what I hope they really do. It's what I hope Chop Chop do on this mid.
I mean, it's really the only way to play this mid with a sniper, because choke you just get spammed out too easily, and you get so much more space from flowers. I reckon if he does get that support from flowers, then it could work. It could be one of those run Sam as sniper to process mid and just wait for him to farm everyone moments. But
I think so. Well, yeah, because they've got the aim for it. If they play a little slower, they don't psych themselves out, this could be the turning point for sure, and we'll go live.
yeah, we are back into the server now, and we'll just sort of wait for these demo men to sort of
Crybaby
arrive.
mega fast.
Ooh,
Wow.
yeah. Just
So both demo men squaring off.
you go for it.
Alright, Arpa's gonna play choke as sniper. They want to work right here, but Gnome Zone have already taken ground on point. Ants will jump in. Ult goes down immediately, and both soldiers from Gnome Zone are just on the combo. There's a headshot. Arpa, mate, yeah, he gets picked up by a Scout. Just Chop Chop players getting pincered and just completely... Oh, it's like one's distracted, they die instantly. The other's distracted, they die instantly.
Yeah,
And
it
Chop Chop
looks-
aren't able to punish in the same ways. They're not able to catch Gnome Zone out.
Exactly. It's just like the teamwork and the cohesion from Gnome Zone is just so much more, and like anything that gets tried, like they try to Uber out
pop.
here, but they take
They get
so
forced.
much damage just as they sort of enter there from like the scouts and the demo man. But this Uber
Vault's
is
so
in
safe.
no
They're gonna come back in
danger.
immediately.
They have such a good Uber. They clean up the jumpers right away. Kenneth looks like he's going to get caught as well. One nice pipe from Alt is just not quite enough to keep them in this fight, unfortunately, as they're just flooding into last with so many players down right
Alt's
now.
gotta do the DM fight. He's got this. Oh.
It's just one scout on the point, but he eats that sticky. Looks like, yeah, that's not... And that's the third round on the board. This is probably where we saw our pause coming in. Yeah, this is our tactical pause. I was almost thinking in that when you were talking about 90 seconds in the future. I was like, oh god, do we have a 90-second round? And they're
We
just like
do.
resetting themselves. And
To
yes,
an exact
indeed, we
team.
do.
That round was exactly 90 seconds. So I think that's a metric for Sunshine. You can take a round in 1 minute 30, because that was perfect.
Ooh, Crybaby just got owned there by their
Oh, he's
ult
stuck in
there.
choke.
Yeah, he had to wait for an arrow from his medic there. Ult is just way too
Ult
far
doesn't get the
forward,
arrow back.
though.
Yeah, and Kenneth is by himself in flowers. Both scouts are trying to fight forward. This is a
This
ooh,
soldier
Lofty's
is
in a
on
good
Voltage,
position.
though, but Voltage is moving so well. It's just
Lofty.
Lofty on 2 health. Yeah, that was some nice movement by Voltage to keep himself alive. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not sure who Voltage is, but he is playing so well tonight.
He's a good medic, yeah. He's got his team behind him. They're doing the right things, and he is dodging in the ways he needs to. I think that mid was very chaos, though.
Definitely the most chaos mid we've seen so far.
Yeah, I think Crybaby getting damaged early meant that they didn't have their pre-planned stuff as much, their pre-planned strats. So they sort of had to wing it a bit more, and it worked out. They got Ken early. Voltage survived. And they want to push in through right here with Uber. They're getting ready to go.
This soldier in Ants is ready to go from under as well. He's jumping around in anticipation. They know this push is coming in, but
no.
Crybaby
They just
gets
wait.
taken down. They lose their demo men before they push, and they still push. This
They'll
is an
still Uber in. They
interesting
get
strat.
Sentry. They've jet sticks. Okay, they're playing point, but they'll get picked up.
Ooh, Dragonfru getting one nice pick on the way out as he's leaving there. But it is 3v3. Cogman is very low. Looks like he will lose his life at the very end there. As he was trying to take that duel. But now Kenneth is up with almost 90% Uber. They're ready to re-push out as soon as their spawns come in. Actually, it looks like they're ready to push out already before their spawns come in. The stickies are dead. The
Dragon
trap
Fruit
is
and
cleared.
Crybaby. Yeah, they're holding close. Sticks is still above, though. They're still on the roller. I don't think they're going to push here.
What do they have to lose? There's still 20 minutes left and they're 3 rounds down. Like, this is either way what happens.
You can't
this
play
is...
safe here.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen this a lot with a lot of... Like, having casted more games, I'm noticing a lot more that teams aren't willing to take risks when their round's down, when that's the time they need to take risks. And teams that don't need to take risks are more likely to take risks when their round's up. And those risks are often really paying off for either team whenever they take them. So I think Chop Chop need to take risks. They need to be willing to push out with 20% advantage into last. And we just see a lot of spam. This is just a stalemate, you know? Equal Ubers, holding last.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you about this, the teams taking risks thing, because you do see it quite a lot. Not so much at the higher level, because they're often watching the map timer as well, and they're aware of what they can and can't do. But around here, you know, there's no reason not to push out just there, and they do actually manage to pick up Thermite, and so any chance that they do push here is just, like, shut down completely, as they are just resetting completely onto last with these Ubers fully even right now.
Fully even.
Fully
We'll
even.
see. We'll see a sack here, maybe. I think Cogman tried to sack.
Oh, yeah, he survives on 1 HP.
He'll go in to die again, don't worry.
Mike, looks like Ants is ready to come
Ants,
through
doo-doo,
lower.
doo-doo.
Ants is in. Oh, he
Oh
grabs
my
Kenneth!
god! Ult missed
Huge.
his pocket scout pipe. What are you gonna do?
The Uber is already in from the other team, though, ready to clean up these players. Lofty gets taken down really, really quickly. They're focusing down. This scout is trying to ult to get a 1v1, and it's just ult coming up right at the end, but that's too little too late. And that huge jump from a team of Ants in their prime completely sets off that push, and that is now 4-0, Doobie.
This is gonna be a quick cast, I think. Wow. Wow. Alright. Mid to win it.
Yeah, this is possibly the last mid that we're going to see of this game. Ants in their prime, Ants, whatever I'm going to call him. It looks like he's going to try to play under the point here, which is something that you don't often see happen. He's jumping forward so aggressive. Unfortunately,
he picks up Kenneth.
He does get Kenneth. Wow.
Yeah, wow. And now Chop Chop have to push in here. But everyone's around Voltage. They're trying to fight Tetris. Arpa will get picked up. Crybaby dies. Cogman dies.
Ooh, that's really big. But
come on.
Oh my god!
Rat Soup goes down.
Kenneth
But
is
they're-
spawning
yeah.
now. Yeah, they're choosing to back off with their Uber ad, which I suppose when your whole, like, you know, scout two scouts that were inside you both get the absolute shit piped out of them. I think you just leave and go, all right, we're going to repush with our full Uber ad and our spawners. That's the sensible play.
Well, they can take the time, right?
They do. They do definitely have the time. 4 rounds up on the board, 17 minutes left. They can do what they want. It does look like Kenneth is committing to this mid hold right now. He could get absolutely crushed here if they're quick, but for some reason they're choosing not to be quick.
They are now.
Slowly moving through
Dragon
choke
Fruit
right
will
now.
leap in. He'll get picked up for this. And Voltage pops really early. This isn't a comfortable Uber for them. They're fighting right, but they're not getting the picks they need. Lofty will... Oh, he gets picked up. Arp is back on Voltage.
Oh my god, Voltage survives! That was phenomenal.
Crybaby.
I was just thinking, this is honestly going to be Voltage's first death that we're going to see right now, because I don't think he's died so far. They do manage to clean up this back cap, it looks like, although Kenneth is hitting swords. He's very dangerous right now. Oh. They are moving forward now. Their soldier is jumping through. This could... Oh, sorry, their demo man.
He's jumped straight in.
He's so low, there's no way this works for him. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no way that works. They are sacking people now through this choke area.
Hit scan world. Alright, Gnome Zoomer in. I think...
Oh no! Voltage dies to Appa playing Sniper in a cafe, I believe that was.
Dragon
that
Fruit
was
wants
his
to punish
cafe.
him.
Looks like he will get out. Yeah, he gets out there too. That's ult respawning as well, so it looks like they're going to take this mid, but that was a pretty hefty price to pay, losing your medic to that excellent shot by the sniper there. And
that was clutch, and they want to push in through cafe now. They're clearing sticks, they're playing tight, playing safe. Soldier will jump, and they'll pick him up correctly. Now they're going to meet Gnome Zone, and Gnome Zone are going to get bullied out. They don't pop for it. Perfect. Perfect. You can do it!
Yeah, they don't have Uber at the moment either, so they couldn't have. But yes, they definitely don't want to use in that situation anyway. Kenneth is coming up very close to that Uber, though. He should heal his soldiers up. There we go. That arrow's coming in. And this is Ants.
Yes!
Oh, unfortunately, Ants
Playing
just
pocket
sneezes on that point and lets everyone know that he's there. Cogman and Crybaby loose. This is the comeback right now. This is the comeback round. Full ad, 40% Uber. They're coming in right now onto this last. The Uber is used onto this scout right now. Ult
they can't drop ult.
Away.
He gets caught out. He gets too far and gets knocked. Ken will drop other players, but they're okay. Their restops will come in. They've got cap time.
It's just Thermite right at the very end of this fight. He pulls out his skill stick on top of 2 stickies, and that's not going to work. That was the closest thing we've seen to a winning push by them, and it was unfortunately just shut down by those spawners coming in. That was super close.
I think it was more Ult got too far ahead on point, and Kenneth was forced to drop him essentially. I don't think Kenneth could have actually gotten to him once he got knocked.
Ult did jump around that corner, so there was nothing Kenneth could do.
And then they dropped the second scout because of that blunder. And then I think that's what lost Chop Chop the push. Them trying to salvage it is admirable, really admirable, and it was so close. But I don't think that final play was what lost them that last push. And it seems teams are going to brawl here. Dragon Fruit will pick up Kenneth.
That timing was so good. He takes down Upper to 2 health as well. This timing...
He's on Crybaby.
Thermite's on Crybaby as well. The stickies are so good though. They are forced to back out here. But
jump over them, Thermite. Jump over!
They do manage to get this cap though, and they are in a position where they could push, except for Voltage's full ad right now, due to that excellent timing from Dragonfru that we were talking about before. But this Uber is now just coming up for them. It looks like they will, hopefully, take this risk and push out. Yeah, here we go. Their round's up. They can afford to push out right now. This is what I want to see,
they want to, yeah. They're going to go in lobby, and they're forcing Chop Chop out from left. Thermite will get picked up. They're just taking it slow. They want to go out bats now. Lofty jumps correctly. Arpa forces them early. Kenneth is going to get out here. He has no scouts with him though, and that's going to be a successful push.
That is such a successful push. Holy crap. They just like managed to absolutely crush everybody in front of them. It's a miracle Kenneth got out, to be honest. Just like due to what was happening all around them, every single player was dying. They're going so quickly while there's still so many players down. They are going, Cogman does lose, but Kenneth loses his life too.
I think he was typing. They were 3 up holding there, and Kenneth just... Yeah, oh no.
Oh no, he's blaming his Windows. Alt-tabbed.
Windows alt-tabbed.
That's rough.
I get that sometimes.
To tell me I have no disk space left. Oh no, get less anime on your computer, Kenneth.
It might have been because the log, let's say, the log's like, you're recording the demo
yeah,
and it
could have been
fills up
his
your
demo.
C drive. Yeah.
Oh no.
Moral of the story, download less anime. Check your hard drive space before playing.
Yeah,
here's-
and
The thing is, though, Gnome Zone did a very, very bro stock sort of wipe there. And Chop Chop have now taken second, and they're going to be pushing last.
they're very confident in their movements here. They're right in under, and there's
Thermite
only
in.
one soldier that can really do
Thermite out.
anything here. Thermite out.
They wanna
Ants
go in.
does lose his life, though. They're ready to make a move. This looks like these scouts are going to get cleaned up. Nice
Dragon
rockets. Dragon fruit, that was huge. Lofty has just got the pack in lobby and he's forced to run for his life. Ratsoup is in his face. Looks like he's going to win this duel too. The soldier coming in to clean up. Dragon fruit going huge for his team just there.
That was his, like, counter push, I guess? His hold. That was Dragon Fruit's fight. And they're now looking with full Uber advantage, pushing into mid. Chop Chop have players forward.
They do
They
have
could get
this
caught
sniper
out.
up
Ooh,
again
nice
as well,
rocket
though.
from
The
Fruit.
sniper is up somewhere. I don't know where upper
He's
is.
behind.
And he domes voltage.
He's behind in their cafe. He
Oh
headshots
my
the
god,
medic.
he drops voltage right there. That is so dumb. He does lose his life, but he makes the play that his team needs to make him there. They're trying to collapse on the point a little bit, it looks like, actually. Red team. Lofty looks like, yeah, he's going to trade, which is the best that you can hope for, but unfortunately loses his life. And it's just Kenneth and Ultra right now. Are they even building right now, or is my HUD
They're just at
dead?
last.
Yeah, no, they are building. Awesome. My HUD is just not, like, refreshed. Fantastic. And
Yeah, from the pause.
I reloaded it like 5 times and it's still not working.
TF2 is a wonderful game.
I know, right?
Well coded. It really is, to be honest. All
I mean,
of the
to be
source engine is well coded.
still functioning after 10 years of spaghetti code being put into it, it must have some sort of solid code behind it.
Absolute wall of foundation. Yeah, you think about the amount of spaghetti code that's been added to TF2. All the different menus and UIs and matchmaking
Oh,
systems.
Thermite
They're
actually
pushing
does
out.
get dropped
Thermite
in this
gets
Uber to
picked
that sticky
early.
trap by Crybaby. Crybaby does survive as well, and it's everyone at the moment surviving. Cogman is behind though. He's going to go for some sort of cheeky backcap strategy right now. It doesn't look like it's going to pay off. No, he does get cleaned up,
Yeah,
and there
but
was
Gnome
no
will counter
time.
jump in on point.
So
Everyone
many
gets picked up
frags!
trying to cap.
Holy crap!
And I think that's going to be game.
It looks like it. There's only Ultra
I
left.
respect them pushing out though. I really, really do. They just lost 2 so early, and then they got cleaned up on point. Thermite's on Pyro. This could work. I could
He's
see
already
this.
got 1 frag here. Unfortunately, that's just a little bit too late. Lofty does manage to clean up
Yeah.
someone, and now Upper is spawning. Uber comes out, but there's no one else really to come in here. Cogman is just by himself. Does take the fight with this soldier. Looks like he's going to win it, actually. The scout is right onto the demo man, though. Take him so low. But, and that is, yeah. So much confusion, so much chaos right at the end there. But that is 5-0, Doobie.
Yeah, wow. So that's a 3-0-5-0 for Gnome Zone. And that means that they're going to go to the grand finals, I believe.
That is correct. They are through to the grand finals, and the loser of tonight, which was Chop Chop, are forced to head back to the lower bracket finals to play the consolation finals, I should say, to play off for second place against whoever wins in the lower page playoffs. Not gonna lie, I have no idea who's playing in the lower page playoffs, so we'll just pretend that...
I'll check. Before we talk about logs. So, Gnome Zone and Chop Chop. So, they'll be versing Big Les and the Great Monstrosity.
Cool.
Big Les and the Boys, that's it.
Fantastic.
So, Gnome Zone will fight them, and Chop Chop will fight Skaz's team. Yeah.
Skaz? Really?
Well, their name is twitch.tv/Skaz.
Oh,
That's their
right.
team
Is
name,
this
literally.
the team that Skaz was on last season minus Skaz?
Wait, is that the story?
Skaz played for Intoxicated Reform, didn't he? And then got really mad and everyone disbanded.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'll trust you on that.
Yeah, I think he streamed himself getting mad or something. I'm not sure what his thoughts behind that was, but yeah, that is a very, very clean game from From Gnome Zone
Gnome
right
Zone,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, super clinical. I was super impressed, like without looking at logs or anything like that. I was super impressed by the soldiers. Dragon Fruit and Ants just like played so well. Like watching that game there. Do you agree, or do logs tell a different story, Doobie?
Well, I'm looking at the logs. Crybaby died 5 times. Still top damaging with 6.7k. And then Dragon Fruit and Ants and Rat Soup, alt second damaging. I think that was more down to Gnome Zone soldiers than anything.
Yeah, definitely. So Ants and Dragon Fruit were just like huge in that game.
Yeah, Dragon Fruit had 3 DOMs by the end of it. They played really, really well. And Lofty and Thermite got picked up so much.
As well as alt, like I know we're talking about soldiers right now, and Lofty has like some pretty thick Roma stats of the 8 to 19 at the end there, but alt just kept dying. Like he just kept dying all the time, and like it was always
he sort of had to.
Sometimes,
he was doing the right
sometimes,
things.
yeah, but I
and
think
he was dying for it.
Yeah, I don't know if that
Yeah.
was just without his team or what, but yeah, he just died way too much in my book, especially comparing that to Crybaby's 5.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if your demo never dies, you're gonna have a good game.
Yeah, definitely. And like he's just pumping out damage the whole time. And I think that's the difference in, DPM between these two players is that like Crybaby was alive nearly 4 times as often as Alt was.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Crybaby was in essentially 4 times the amount of fights, or at least 4 times the amount of post fights.
Exactly, yeah.
So we've got Harper and Kenneth. Do we want to do some interviews?
Sure. I'm not sure how this works. Can they hear us?
Before I played. Oh,
Hello.
Hey,
You
Harper.
guys
Hey,
are
Kenneth.
live right now.
What?
Hello.
How are we live?
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, alright. So,
What
how
the
do
fuck? What is this technology? You're in a different
Hey,
channel.
hey, don't get them Twitch tossed, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. What the heck? What is this technology?
What the dang
Well,
heck?
you guys have been moved into a mumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, ask us questions. That's what an interview is supposed to be about, right?
Did you think that game was going to go that way?
Hey,
I
man.
think I knew it when we didn't scrim like the entire week beforehand.
I knew it
Um,
when I got into the match server and my ping was mysteriously high for no reason.
Yeah.
How high is
But
high,
I
Appa?
think to
I had 100 ms the whole time.
Oh,
like,
that's
locked.
rough, dude.
to answer your
I
question,
feel like I'm being made fun of.
No,
I-
you're not. It is rough. I'm not lying. It is rough.
to answer your question a bit more seriously, I think like not to say that 100 ping, like that definitely was not a great experience for our good friend Appa over
Dude, I
here.
should have perma-sniped. It would have been better.
You really should have. But like we probably thought, like we definitely didn't think that we would crush them or anything. I don't think any of us were saying that, but like we hoped it would have been at least a lot closer. Like honestly, a huge disappointment. I know everyone's pretty disappointed. Like losing on what we would consider our best map product, that does not feel good. So
Yeah, I was talking to Thermite the other night, and he said these guys have picked our map. I don't know what they're doing, and then to see you guys get 3-0'd on that, what was there any particular factor in that apart from not scrimming? Was there anything that you guys weren't doing, or was there anything that they were doing that was causing that that 3-0 that we saw tonight?
I mean, it's hard to tell what exactly is going on that map as medic.
We've got a
Um,
strategy, and it's
yeah.
to kill Ultra as fast as possible.
That's true, actually. They just seemed to hardcore focus Ultra, and that worked out really, really well for them. Like,
There's actually...
they kind of dunked on our scouts a little bit, but I think that might have been intentional. I don't know. You'd have to ask them. Are they coming?
I have no
yes,
idea.
I think Rad Soup will be coming.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, but I think yeah, it was a really rough game. Does not feel good to not literally get a 0 points at all.
Dude, it was messed up. First, I have 100 ping for the whole game, and then Kenneth like actually just gets mysteriously alt tab for no reason.
Yeah, we were watching that.
Yeah,
that
that
was really
was-
tragic.
Because I think that's the point where
We
like
have-
I think we had like Uberad, we kited their pop pretty good, and we were like just getting respawns ready for a push, and then they just, we would have.
They walked in, yeah.
They walked in, and they really had no right to walk in there. It's like we should have been like on them with Uber then, and they would have just melted, and we may have even gotten a last point off of that. And then, so I record all my games, and I'm recording to my SSD.
Knew it.
That's
Um,
Doobie predicted that.
And
Oh, so it's
So-
your fault.
yeah, it's totally my fault.
I was blaming Bill Gates the whole time.
Yeah.
But, you
well,
know,
well, yeah. I mean, blame Bill Gates too, because like Windows lol. But
it's
it was
supposed
not.
to suppress that.
Yeah, it's supposed to when you're playing a game. But I don't know. It alt tabbed, and it was like literally the worst possible time,
It
and I
actually
needed
hard-
to press the right click button.
It wasn't even a notification. It actually hard alt tabbed you.
Hard alt
That-
tabbed me. It was one of those notifications
is-
where it like takes over your screen, where it's
Oh
like
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
red background.
So it's a pop-up.
Like
Oh
it's,
my god.
it's like straight up like it's just destroyed me.
a jump scare. You got jump scared
I
by
think
your
Rat Soup
computer.
is here. I think Rat Soup is here. I think we should
Yeah,
pull
he's
him
in Rat Soup 1. Why is alt
Yeah.
here, but like he's deafened?
No, we
Hey,
can't.
Ratsu.
Yeah.
What's going
Hey,
on?
mate.
Hey man.
So, to mirror the
Hello.
question we've asked the other team, did you think that
Yeah.
game went the way you thought it would? Like, what were
Um,
your presumptions or predictions going into it?
I didn't really know, dude, because I'm sub, and I didn't really know.
Great.
Yeah, I didn't
Because
really know
you're coming
even
in
who was on the
for
other team.
Eternal, right?
Eternal, yeah,
couldn't make
he's
it.
on holidays. Yeah, so I didn't really
Dude.
know like
Uh,
who
I'm
was
sure-
on the team. Hey,
why are they sending you in? What's going on, dude?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
it
we're
was
some
a
animal.
really, really exciting game. Even as
Was
rough
it
as
though?
the scorelines
it?
were.
Was
I
it
wasn't very
really?
excited.
I wasn't excited either.
Well, it was excited to watch. I'll
It
admit.
definitely
I was
was. I will
excited,
agree.
dude.
It was very exciting.
I'm glad we could at least put on a show while getting 3-0, 5-0.
We do have a you might be able to answer this, Ratsu. We have a question from
Yeah.
chat. Is it true that voltage is 12?
He doesn't sound 12. Oh no, he's not 12. I don't know.
He's
He's
13.
not. I don't think he's. I'm pretty sure he's like over 15 or 16.
He played
Okay,
quite
okay.
well tonight. However,
Yeah,
old he
no,
is,
he's an
definitely
animal.
played
He was
quite
good
well.
at it.
Voltage was their med, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
He died once on
on Vita.
on
yeah.
Vita. Actually, I remember. I think I kind of zoned out when my team was discussing stats from the first game, and then I like just kind of like went and .ss. I'm like, what? Their demo got 500 DPM. Their
Yeah,
medic
Kenneth
died
was
once.
yelling.
Ah!
Yeah, he was
Not only
pretty
that,
hyped.
not only that, their demo got like 500 plus DPM, and he didn't even take all the heals. Like their pocket actually had more heals than him, and that was a fun time looking at those stats. I nearly had a conniption right then.
It
I
was
do want
pretty
to ask.
anal that he died once.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Rat, as a sub, you played really, really well on both maps, and
Yeah,
your
I was
coordination.
playing Rats Instagib all day, dude. Warming up.
Very nice.
It's a fantastic game.
How
It
did you
is.
feel your team
Yeah.
coordination went?
Yeah, but they're all good. Like our soldiers, like heard you say in the interview, they played heaps well, and we just pretty. I don't know. We just played as like a big, like it was a team game. We all were just a good team, like together, playing well. Like our calls were all chill and stuff.
That's chill. I'm glad.
Very
yeah,
chill.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah,
a
I
good
think-
game
I think
for
our,
us.
if we needed to do any work on anything, it's like working in the past week. It's like maybe like working on our team play, like working on our calls, playing together, like following calls, not counter calling, and then we just didn't scrim. So
We got some big personalities in our team
Yeah,
speak, man.
we
We
do.
got some. It's a real clash of the titans. in
It
there.
is. It is.
You guys are definitely interesting.
What's that supposed to mean?
Man, I
Nothing. Nothing.
also would like to say, like, serious props to all those medic mains out there who like actually play medic and stick to it for like more than a season. I I have played Medic for like half the season, and I already want to kill myself every time I press launch TF2. Like, this is... I don't understand how people do it.
The secret is like be actively really bad at the game and then blame your team when you die. That's how you play Medic.
You see, it doesn't
the
get me over the
safest.
line. Like, I try and do that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
Kenneth definitely tries to do that.
I
Don't worry.
try and don't worry. Like, I'm like, oh, you're throwing the game for us, and then it doesn't make me feel better. At the end of the day, I just need to play a class that does damage. Ugh. Makes
Medic
me feel
does
sad.
damage. What are you talking about, man?
Apparently.
I
Reverse
once
damage.
got like 1,000 DPM as Medic, dude. 1,000 damage as Medic, not DPM.
That's
1,000
Yeah, I was gonna say, man.
1,000 damage.
That's actually pretty solid. Eh?
So
Not
okay.
bad.
That's actually the like ampersand school of medic. It's like medic is
Yeah.
a combat class.
Needle frags everywhere, man.
Yeah, that's right.
So to Chop Shop, what are you looking forward? Are you looking forward to your next third, fourth place game?
Hell yeah, dude.
So that's not a third, fourth place game because it's Page. So we actually still have a chance to get back into finals.
Yeah, if
'cause
they
you go
if they
to
win
lower,
this,
yeah.
then they go into the grand final. So it's the winner of this next game that will fight Gnome Zone in the grand finals.
Yeah. So it could very well end up being this game for finals, hopefully with a slightly closer scoreline.
No, it won't be close. We'll win.
Yeah,
You
You're
guys will
looking
that's
to-
practice.
actually
You'll
true.
get the strats
I
in.
don't
You'll
know,
study
it
the
did-
game.
It
I've
depends
never
if I'll
gotten a
get the
strat in my
scrims.
life.
Well, I imagine you guys are going to pick up the scrimming. If that's the core reason you think you lost tonight was just lack of practice, then I guess you're going to be scrimming a lot in the next couple of weeks, yeah?
Yeah, I guess so. I like,
You
but
better.
also
You'd think
like,
that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would think that. But then also like I do really feel like we were playing a really decent team tonight. Like we were just hitting a brick wall after brick wall. Like it felt like they were just outbraining us. And some of that can come down. I mean I don't really know. Like I'd like to say that like after a week of scrims like we'll be back in it, but you know, who knows. I guess we'll just have to wait to the grand finals to see.
Yeah, we will.
I mean,
Presuming you'll win your
presuming-
next game.
Oh, but of course, right? Has that game been played yet? Do we know
Who's
who
it
we're
against?
facing?
I have no idea. I think Juby looked up the teams. It
Yeah.
was...
Oh yeah,
You
straight up,
guys will
we're
be
playing Big Les.
versing Big Les and the boys.
Yeah, that's a good team though. We'll see how it goes.
That's Clarence's team.
Who's on that team?
Is that like Clarence, as
Clarence.
in like Clarence from the Big Les show?
Well, yeah, it's this guy. He sounds exactly like Clarence, and his avatar is Clarence, and his name is Clarence. It's actually so perfect. But that's Memories, Johnny, Para.
Oh, it's that team.
Yeah.
Oh, I
them.
thought that was the team in the finals.
So you guys
reason.
will
We
be versing
We just
them.
played the team that's gonna be in the finals.
Oh, okay, that's how it works. I
Yeah.
understand now.
Like top two play each other, one goes straight to the finals, one goes to the semis. And then bottom two play each other, one goes to the semis, one gets knocked out.
Just
So-
show up on the day.
Yeah.
Double a limb, double frag.
See, I don't really know because like I was the one who was like, hey, let's try this page system. Like, I don't know. It actually I think I like it because it kind of gets you a chance to like play that first place team, like if you are the second team, and like kind of have this like rematch. And there's good
It's
story
different,
there, but
yeah, to the third and first and second and fourth seeds
yeah,
that we used to see.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like this game, I mean, this game should be closer, you'd hope, but I don't know how it works. I don't know. I think we definitely had like a dip in our team performance from like, you know, previous matches this week, lack of scrimming and whatnot.
You'd say that.
Yeah.
Ratsu, I don't know if you can speak to this as a sub, but how do you think Gnome Zone will go in the grand finals?
Not too bad. I don't know. They've played real well over the whole season. Like, 'cause they're all new-ish players, and they've all just made like a massive effort to like get better, and they've been playing well
Yeah.
recently in all the scrims and whatnot.
Well,
think it
Xander
should
and
be
I we were commenting on it at the start.
Yeah.
that we didn't really recognize any of the players, but they played.
Yeah,
You
they
guys
made
all
massive
played
effort
so
to
coordinated.
improve and stuff. Yeah,
Actually, I will
Belief.
say, like, of the teams in open, like, I think aside from us, of course, I think your team is the one that I'd like to see win the most because there's other teams in this top area, and I think a lot of people would put us in that category that like are basically intermediate teams who tried to sandbag and ended up getting an open.
Yeah.
And I definitely know
Yeah,
Big Buzz
baby.
and the boys are that type of team. Like they've been
Yeah.
getting like inner like transfers in like all season. So like they are sandbagging hardcore. I don't think you guys are though.
Yeah, but they've all just made like a massive effort to just improve the whole season and like just play better. They've been like just playing a lot and like looking into it and just trying to just get better. And it's like
Yeah,
working.
in particular those soldiers, like I was noticing
Yeah.
Ants and Dragonfruit both like doing so much work. I was really impressed by the way they played tonight.
So frustrating,
Yeah, well,
man.
it's like I think
Oh
it's
my
both
God.
their first or second, maybe not first, second season. I think so. Like they deserve it. They've been trying heaps. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Ants is here.
Ants
Don't end the
joined,
interviews yet.
Hey,
finally.
okay. We'll
Hey,
ask
he's
Ants
here.
some questions.
No
Hello, Ants.
HTTP.
Hey,
I
what's up,
told
dude?
him not to put that in there. My God.
Are you
he there?
here, Ants?
1, 2, testing.
Oh, he probably doesn't have a push to talk or anything yet.
Oh, yikes.
Take another 15 minutes to set that up.
Oh, while we're waiting, do you have any other questions, Doobie?
That's about all the questions I think yeah. I'd like to ask Ants about how they prepared for this and how they think their grand finals will go. But yeah. Any questions, Xander?
That was about all I had to ask as well. We'll just see if Ants can get his mic happening any second now. If nothing's happening, we may unfortunately have to wrap things up a
We
little
can't,
bit.
mate. We can't hear you.
We just can't.
Hello.
I think we'll go to shoutouts, yeah.
Sure. Well, let's head down the list. Upper, do you have any shoutouts? Nice.
I said no.
Oh, did you? We just heard
Yeah, can I get a...
Kenneth, any shoutouts?
Shout out to the casters,
Hello?
my team. Oh, he's
Hey!
here.
There
He's
we
here.
go.
Alright.
I just set it to
Come-
continuous.
We'll come back to that later. Ants, take some questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what did you guys do to prepare for this script, like this official?
Well, basically, we scrimmed product a fuck ton and then just looked at the maps that you guys were playing and then
A
played
heck
them as well.
ton.
Sorry, I mean, yeah, a heck ton. I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. I already said all kinds of bad words.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's okay, yeah.
We had a bit of an upset because Eternal a few days before the official said he couldn't play because he was going away. So we had to just scrim with this degenerate as much as possible.
Well, it
Ratsy.
seemed to work out for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. It was the rats insta-give, dude.
Oh yeah, he plays that game a lot.
If you mention that game one more time, I think Appa's
Oh,
just
dude,
going
I
to...
think you might have
What
to look.
game?
Oh, Appa's got it. And it's Devil
What?
Daggers. Appa, what's your Devil Daggers score?
Oh, I haven't played since
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
V2 came out, dude.
Dude,
I was
700
top 10 in
seconds,
V2,
bro.
man. No, I was. I had like 480.
That's less than 500, I think,
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
that's when that score was good. It was top 10, buddy. I was higher percentile than you.
Talk to my Steam achievement.
So, going into grand finals, out of versing either Big Les and the boys or this team again, how do you think you guys will go?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a little bit nervous. In scrims, we do kind of evenly against Big Les. I think we're just gonna have to keep scrimming every day.
Nah, you'll win.
I really hope so.
Have you guys been like scrimming into teams as like preparation for this, or have you been sticking in open?
No, we pretty much scrim into teams every day, sometimes twice a day.
Jesus, twice a day.
Yeah, there was a
8 and
time
9.
where
Man, dude.
normally it's 7 and 8, but yeah.
That sounds like a lot more scrimming than what we're doing. Tell you that
Weird
much.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
funny. Teams that like practice and improve actually perform better when it comes to matches. Hey, Alt, you listening? You listening, Alt?
I mean, yeah, we there was a period where like for like 3 or 4 months or something like that, we just scrimmed every single day. And I mean, people did get kind of burned out, but it really helped with our sort of cohesion.
Yeah, watching the game tonight, you guys were definitely like playing like on another level in terms of your cohesion. Just like those soldier bombs were so well coordinated, and like they got results basically every time. So like I, to be honest, was very impressed by your play and Dragonfruit's play in particular. Like your soldier coordination was really impressive.
And every time you forced, Voltage was in the right position with Ratsup and what's the other
Crybaby.
Crybaby, yeah.
Or the demo man or the other scout, yeah.
They were just always ready when Kenneth was forced.
Yeah, Crybaby has really good game sense, and he's like a very commanding voice that can sort of is very good at keeping us, aware of what's
In
going on.
check.
Yeah,
Crybaby's
exactly.
been playing for a while. He seems like a pretty big anchor for your team. Like anchor, not in like the bad way, but in like
Calling him
the.
out, dude. Jesus
I think
Christ.
I don't know, cornerstone.
keeps
if
you
that
a
makes
port.
sense.
Yeah,
like,
no.
yeah.
He's very
Keeps you together.
yeah, he's a very
We
central piece.
main
part of
calls
the
like
team.
so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anchor.
Oh,
Awesome.
Ants is about to get cable pulled.
Sure. Do we wanna have some more shout outs? Is
Yeah,
Ants
we'll
still
finish with
here?
the
Do you wanna
shout-outs.
have any shout outs, Ants?
No. I don't know.
Don't wanna shout out your team?
Shout out to my team.
Nice.
They were right here. I don't know. Shout out to Eternal. He didn't play tonight, but he's a very good player. on our
Yeah.
team. Poor
Cool.
Eternal.
Awesome. Kenneth, any shout outs? Did we get to you? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's kind of like halfway through. I think I said something like, "Thanks to the casters, thanks to my team, and thanks to Obla and the cute dogs that he loves to post about."
Oh my god. Give us a Doggos channel,
Actually,
please. Give
Doggos
us a Dogs
channel,
channel.
please, ozfortress admins,
Please.
if you're listening, pound Doggos in the Discord. We need it.
If there's no Doggos channel by the end of the week, we're gonna forfeit grand finals.
Oh,
100% guarantee. It's an ultimatum. Your move, admins.
Any shout outs, Ratsup?
Nah. My mum.
Aw.
My mother.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any shout outs,
God.
Doobie?
Yeah, shout out to both teams for playing and giving us a really, really entertaining game. Sorry that it wasn't as tight as you guys would have wanted. Shout out to Ori and Kat and Shy and Seinfeld and people. We've been scrimming and it's been lit. Shout out to you, Xander, for co-casting with me. It was really enjoyable.
Thank you, my man. Shout out to...
Ooh, one more.
Sorry.
And shout out to Mitch for trying to make a LAN happen in Melbourne because it is a serious fucking effort and we all appreciate it. Even if half the community doesn't like him.
Sure. Shout out to Core in particular for organizing this cast and operating the camera all night. Fantastic work, my dude. Look forward to many future casts with you. Shout out to Juby as well. Casted, as always, a pleasure to cast with you. Shout out to both teams tonight for a fantastic game. Even though, as everyone has said so far, it wasn't as close as you may have wanted, it was still a very entertaining game to watch.
stop rubbing it in.
You'll get him next time, Kenneth.
Shout out
you
to
know,
Aussie Broadband.
you know we will.
Giving me my first congestion in like 3 years on tonight.
And shout out to everyone in chat viewing and watching this game. We do it for everyone who watches, so it's always great to see you guys come in. Any final thoughts, Doobie?
No, yeah, I'm good. Good games. Interesting play. Good luck to both teams in the next games.
Interesting play, Jesus, dude. That's mean. Come
That's
on.
that's
I
a
didn't
fine
specify
note
who.
to end it on.
I know who
reckon.
you're talking about.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks
Good
for
night.
tuning in. We'll
Bye-bye.
catch you on the next cast.
Here we are, a million stars floating over our heads. Beating hearts, falling apart, staying up to forget. But baby, we'll fall. We all go dancing down, and paradise is found.
on the edge of a cliff. Realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand.